I'm Georgina Terrazas with Telemundo El Paso. I'm the weather anchor. I don't know if you guys have the opportunity to watch Telenoticias El Paso before. Yes? It's a newscast in Spanish. And I'm happy to be here this morning with you guys. The teachers call me to talk about a little bit about weather. Yes, right? So how are you feeling today? Good? It's Wednesday, almost Friday. And you have a really nice and big school. I get surprised. I walk miles and miles. I get so tired because I'm wearing my high heels. I get lost. I get lost inside the school. You know, when I was a child, my school, well, when I was attending middle school, it was a super little tiny, you know. But this is a really beautiful school that you're attending. Let's talk about the weather. Who can tell me why is it important to know about how the weather is going to be the next day, maybe the following week? Who can tell me about, okay. You tell me. Hold on, guys. You tell me, please. But exactly, we need to be prepared. We need to be prepared about the conditions. We need to be prepared because we have to know in advance what can we wear, right? What can we do if we have plans for the weekends. The teacher told me that you've been talking about weather, right? And about the things that we use in weather. I've been doing weather for almost 8 years at Telemundo, but I started doing weather when I was 20. I won't tell you how old I am, but it's been a while. When we do weather, we use a lot of maps, a lot of math, a lot of radars, a lot of graphics, a lot of symbols. We have to learn about the fronts, about the systems. We have high pressure systems. We have different kinds of fronts, cold fronts. Who can tell me what is a cold front? Who can tell me? You on the. Uh huh. Mm-hmm. Yes, because we are down on the south of the country, we hardly get something really, really bad. We say it in Spanish, we just get la colita, the last part, lo último, el pedacito. So we are very, very lucky. Is how we say it. It's just the way that you say, we just got the colita of the hurricane or the colita of the storm because we live in El Paso. And we are very, very lucky that we're here with this nice weather. Today is October 4th. It's not cold. It's sunny, a little bit cloudy, just a little bit, with a little bit of wind. But it's really nice. My husband, he's a truck driver, and he travels all around the country. And he was telling me the last night he was in Utah, and the temperature was around 28 degrees. So it was a little bit cold, right? So, but for us, we are very, very lucky. What do I need to do? Who knows? Or what do we have to do? The people who works on TV, you know, and what do we have to do to check the weather? How this thing works? Who knows where we get that information from? You tell me. You. Uh huh. Looking at the sky. What else? Okay, well, you tell me. Uh huh, exactly. What else? Perfect. The most important thing for us is the satellites, right? Is a word that I can never. It's been not easy for me to pronounce it. Los satélites. We have a few, right? Can you tell me qué es un satélite? Who can tell me what is?
It's something that like people use to get a signal to see like over the earth.
Exactly. To get all the information about what is happening, what happened, and what is going to happen. Probably in the few next weeks or even few next months. Can you imagine all the math and all the things that the engineers have to do once that they get the information? Because the information that they get is not like, okay, in 2 weeks it's going to rain. They need to, they have to decodificar. They need to work with codes, right? That the satellite, they send them to the computers on the labs. We have a place here in Santa Teresa, Nuevo Mexico, que es el Centro Nacional de Meteorología. When you have an opportunity to go there, you will see all those computers, all those machines that they have to get all the information. So they can't transcribe the information and then put it in the computer. So for us, for normal people, to be able to read it. Because it's really, really hard. The teacher was telling me that you guys were talking about Harvey. Who knew about Harvey? Who can tell me a little bit what happened with Harvey? Sweetie? You? Uh-huh. 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 What happened? Why everything was destroyed? Because the water, because the winds, because speed of the winds. Who can tell me a little bit? Okay, but there's something that really, really important about the tornadoes, about the hurricanes.
They all focus on wind.
Yeah.
It has to be at very high speeds, and then it'll start coming into a two point and form a hurricane.
Yes, do you have any idea how fast, qué fuerte está el viento? You know about the speed of the winds when the hurricanes, when the tornadoes? Like this morning, I'm going to check my phone. I'm not so sure. It's about 10 miles that we have. When we have hard winds here, strong winds here, maybe they are 45 miles, 55 miles, and that's it. No more. And you know why? Because we have the mountains. But when a hurricane is taking place, let me check the miles right now. It's a nice morning. It's a really, really nice morning. And we just have this morning 11 miles per hour, which is really nice because it feels like autumn, like Halloween is coming, you know. But last time, Hurricane Harvey was, I think, 209 miles per hour. 209 miles per hour. Can you imagine that? For the people who does the weather, I'm not a meteoróloga, pero soy una presentadora para los meteorólogos. It's really, really important since they go to college, right, to get working with, how do you say cálculo in English? Calculus? It's really important because there's people, believe me or not, they just go out and they will know. You know, they will know about the winds later, about is it going to be raining or sunny or cloudy, because they have too much experience, so they can tell you. But well, about Harvey, you know, it was taking velocity, the speeds of 209 miles per hour. I don't know if you hear about Maria. Maria, it was really, really strong too. Really, really strong too. What happened? Who can tell me why the hurricanes se crean? Why they form? Why? It's a combination. Exactly, it's a combination. That's why the hurricanes se crean en los océanos, en el mar, en el agua. It's a combination. It's a really, really bad combination. It's a really, really bad combination. What happened where there's not water, like in Utah, Montana? They have the tornadoes. Kansas. Excuse us? The what? Oh, uh huh. Yes, perfect, perfect. We here we have the mountains, and the mountains are like a barrier for us. When the winds are coming so strong from the middle of the country, we don't get those winds because once they get close to Las Cruces, to New Mexico, to El Paso, those winds broke down because we have the mountains. Y es una barrera. So they cannot pass and create because we have the land, we have the space, but we have the mountains. I want you guys to tell me, I don't know who can tell me, why do you think math is really, really important to know about the weather? Not just about the hurricanes, not just for the tornadoes, but for every single day. Every single day. You tell me, please. Uh huh. Uh huh.
So you could know like how much is gonna rain and how fast, if it's gonna be very hard or if it's gonna be very soft.
Exactly. We have every year the American monsoon, el monzón americano. Do you know what that it is? No? El monzón, the monsoon? Who knows? No? Yes, exactly. It's June, July, August, September, October. Well, the first day of October. So we have 5 months of rain. Here in El Paso, we have nothing. Nothing, nothing. Normally, we have to have around 7.4 inches of rain every year. This year, it's been raining a little bit more than last year and the past years. So we got this year 5.4 inches of rain. And do you know what does that mean for the winter? Who can tell me? When we have a lot of rain during the monsoon season, what is going to happen during the winter? Can you tell me? Yes, 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 yes. It's going to be more cold, and we probably will see a lot of snow. Maybe for the last weeks on December, or maybe the first weeks in January is a possibility. We don't know yet, but because we had a good amount of rain this year, the chances are high for us to have good rain. And what I'm telling you that we don't know yet, because the people who works, the engineers and the people who works at the Centro de Meteorología, they're doing the math, right? So probably I will know next month. Next month they will give me the information like, okay, this year we're going to have temperatures around, I don't know, 20 degrees or 15 degrees or 8 degrees, or it's going to be even more hot. We don't know yet, right? Because they're working. They have to work. They're working. They're doing the math. Están trabajando. Están haciendo las matemáticas. Todo lo que necesitan para, in advance, ¿verdad? Con tiempo, nos digan, nos hagan saber, right? What else do you guys see in math related to weather? Who can tell me? Mm-hmm. Who knows how cold it gets during a normal winter? season here in El Paso? How cold? During the day, during the nighttime? Uh, yeah, well, it's a little bit more. 12 is is pretty cold for us. 12, we cannot make it. What about during the day? What about during the day? What about the weather right now? Who knows which is the average weather for this is I think the first week of October, right? Okay, who knows the average weather? No. Nope, not for the first week of October. 80s. Aha, the 80s. 83, 84, 88 is caliente. Forget it. And yesterday we have 80, 84. I mean 88. We had 88 yesterday. It was really hot for a week like this. What about during the nighttime for a week like the first week of October? 66, 64. 66, 64. And I'm going to tell you a secret. You see the highest, and normally the difference between the highest during the day and the minimum during the night is about 20 and 18 degrees less. So you can do the math. If you know that today we have, right now it says that we have 77, who can tell me, who can tell me about the minimums for tonight? Okay, let me tell you something, guys. Hold on. We're gonna have today 85 around 3 p.m. Okay, so who can tell me what we have for tonight? Do the math. Do the math. I'm telling you, the difference between the day temperatures and the night temperature is always about 18 to 20 degrees. Huh? Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Exactly. You know what? I'm going to give you, I don't know if, I brought some things for the kids, but it's just a few things. I don't know how you want to do it. If you want me to give them away to the guys that are participating or yeah. Okay, well, the guy on the blue shirt he's being oh, you know what? Let me give you the bag. There's a few shirts and water bottles and sunglasses and I don't know what else. But
Also known as other stuff we have at home.
so yeah, it's how we do it. So next time, guys, that somebody asks you, oh, you know how the weather is gonna be, you know? So yeah, I know. Let me calculate. You know, let me think about it a little bit, and I will let you know. I want to tell you. I want to tell you. It's pretty easy. You all guys have the opportunity to get on the computer and check the website. The website from El Centro de Meteorología de Santa Teresa. They will tell you everything. They will tell you what you want to know about the last day, the last week, and everything what is related about the highest temperatures. Why is it important to keep a record for a city like our city? What is it important for us to know, like, okay, how was the weather 20 years ago? Of course, you were not here, right? But why is it important? Tell me, please.
It's important because the weather patterns change. It could have like a new type of climate or like the same kind of climate.
Yes, exactly. And we just don't do that on the temperatures. We have to do it in everything. Do you think, well, how old you are? 11? Close to, why, do you think the weather is being changing? I mean, maybe you don't have right now a sense of how much has been changing around the world. But do you think it's been changing or has changing? Uh huh. And why do you think we have those problems like global warming? What do you think is happening? Is because just the planet Earth say, okay, let's have this problem because what do you think, guys, is happening? Tell me. Uh huh. What else? Yes, but why are we having those problems? Like, what are we doing? What as human beings? What are we doing bad with our planet? What do you think, guys, is causing all those hurricanes, tornadoes, and Okay, you tell me. Exactly. Pollution, contamination, all the things that we use, right, every single day. The hairspray, the trash that we throw away, everything is affecting our planet, is affecting our lifestyle, is affecting the animals, is affecting the plants, is affecting everything. So I remember, I'm from Coahuila, it's a state in Mexico, and I came the first time when I was 10 years to Juarez, and it wasn't during winter time. And I saw for the first time the snow. The snow was um, really high. We have a lot of snow that year. It was really like, oh, and super cold. Since then, I haven't seen anything like that before. I mean, all those years. I don't know if you remember, we have a little bit of snow. It was, I think, 6 years ago. Who remembers that? We have really, really bad weather. Who remembers? Who can tell me a little bit about that? You, sweetie, tell me about that. What do you remember? What do you remember from that bad weather that we had about 6 years ago? Kind of what? Blizzards? Uh huh. What else happened that?
There was lots of snow, and it would be hard to walk because how much snow, and the snow was like very thick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what else happened because it was crazy. It was really, really crazy. The what? The uh-huh. What else? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Something happened inside the house as well. Some of the houses and in some places. Uh-huh. Something with the pipes. The pipes too. Yes. And were we prepared? No, we were not prepared. Nobody was prepared, at least here in El Paso. I remember I was driving from work to my house. It was nighttime, and normally it takes me about 28 to 30 minutes because I live on the west and I have to drive all the way to the east. So normally 30 minutes, right, every day. That night, it took me 4 hours to get home. 4 hours to get home. My car got stuck on the road. Some guys came to help a lot of people because it wasn't only me. They were from New York. They were driving this big truck with a lot of change. When you drive on the snow, you have to use some kind of chains to put around the tires so the tires can move and they don't get stuck. Well, they were with all the people who got stuck that night. It took me 4 hours. I wasn't prepared. Nobody was prepared. Yes.
It was like really big, like sledding weather, and I had built a snowman with my dad.
Yeah, that's the fun part, right? That we all get to do that, but we need to be prepared. So how are we gonna be prepared? How can we be prepared? Hold on. Yes, but how, before we get all what we need, how we know that we need to get what we need? How? Yes, exactly. By checking the weather. There's a lot of websites that you can check on every single day, you know, or every other day, or every week. We know in advance how the weather is going to be, at least for 10 to 12 days, exactly, and then a month. Es lo que podemos de tiempo, is what we have in advance. So, next time that you have plans, that you, I don't know, are going to have a party or go on vacation, you go to the computer, access the computer, and check the weather and be prepared. Can somebody tell me what else you guys see when you were talking about weather in math class? Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Do you want to say something? No. Okay. Uh huh. Yes, exactly. Here in El Paso, the windiest months there were March, April, and I think, but now because the weather is changing, it's changing. We have winds all year long. I was telling you the winds here are not that fast. They're a little bit. They get faster in March, May, and April before Easter. I don't know if you have noticed that. And then they're like normal winds, you know. And because we don't live close to the water, we are just on the. I think on the right place. Sometimes we complain about, oh, there's nothing to do here. Oh, it's too dry here, you know. And talking about dry, we have a really, really warm weather. Hot weather. It's not warm. It's hot weather during June, July, August, and part of September. Who can tell me which was the highest temperature for this summer season? Huh? But the highest temperature that we had this year? I don't hear you. I don't hear you. ¿Quién? No, it was más caliente, poquito más caliente. Poquito más caliente. 111. We had this year 111, you know? That was hot. Really, really hot. So, again, next summer, right? Check the weather because you have to drink a lot of water, estar hidratados. If you do PE, if you do some kind of sport, you know, it's really important, really, really important. I had a friend. She had a nephew. He went to work in Odessa. The weather is hotter there. He was working. He was doing some roofing, some construction. It was a warm day. That happened about 3 weeks ago. He was 27 years old. And he passed away because he got a heat stroke. Just like that. He was working, he wasn't drinking water, he was just working. He forgot about drinking water, you know, and he passed away, 27 years old. So I'm not telling you, oh, okay, do the math every day, you know, but you know what? When the weather is extreme, because we have extreme weather here, right? We have extreme weather when it's cold, it's cold. It's not like in Chicago or New York, but for us, because we live here and we grow up here, and you know, it's extreme. So it's so important for you, for your families, you know. Now that you know, I know that you knew it before, right? But to be checking, like, okay, not every day, but okay, I'm gonna share how the weather is gonna be. I'm gonna be prepared. I'm gonna get prepared. I'm gonna let my mom know, hey, mom, tomorrow is gonna be raining. Hey, mom, tomorrow is gonna be hot. Oh, you are 11, 12, you know, You can be preparing yourself like, okay, today I'm gonna drink more water. I'm gonna drink a bottle of water, or today I'm gonna eat something light, a salad, a sandwich. Sometimes food, oh well, most of the times is really important, and it relates to bad things that can happen to us during, especially during the summer. When we eat a lot, if it's summer and it's hot, we're gonna feel tired, nos vamos a sentir deshidratados, sin ganas de hacer nada. No vamos a poder respirar bien si están afuera. If you're outside and you're doing something, some kind of activity, it's gonna get bad. The same during the winter time. If you love winter time, there's people who loves winter time, there's people who love summertime. Who loves winter time? Who loves summertime? Nobody? A little bit. We have to be prepared. It's not just, okay, I know it's hot, whatever. Oh, okay, I know it's cold, whatever. No, we need to be prepared. If we love winter and we like going outside and, building the snowman, okay, I'm going to drink something that is hot. How hot? We're applying again the math. How hot can I drink something so it's going to keep my body warm, so I go outside and I won't have problem and I'm going to enjoy the weather. Well, 60 degrees is not that hot. 60, we're going to have temperatures tonight about 80 is more hot. But what you trying to say? What are you trying to tell me? Okay, when you drink at the temperature, yes, of course, something que no nos queme, ¿verdad? But do you guys want to tell me something? Yes, go ahead. Exactly. Have you heard like, it is really hot. Have you heard about the people who get sick during the summer? Oh, he has the flu in the summertime. It's because inside it's super cold. Maybe the air condition, it's like super cold, and then you go outside like, right away and it's super hot. That's a big change for your body. The temperature in your body changed really quick, so it's bad. It's really bad. Están tan chiquitos estos niños, my mom, she tells me, it's like, you're gonna get sick. Or when you take a shower with warm water and then you walk in barefoot, you're gonna get sick too. And probably we don't believe that, right? You don't believe that because están tan chiquitos, tan pequeños. But our body is changing. It's changing it's reacting to everything outside. So, who else can tell me about what you guys talk about in class, in math class? Mm-hmm. How can you do that? How can you do it? Mm-hmm. And you compare the information if you from last year or maybe 2 years or maybe 3 years, and you can too like have a little bit of how to say, like, we can know like, oh, maybe next year, because this year we had 111 as the highest temperature. We will know in advance how next year the summer is going to be, right? What else? What else, guys? What else you talk about in class? Money? Talk about money? Yes. Uh-huh. And because everything is changing, the weather is changing, not just in El Paso, not just in Las Cruces, not just in Juarez. It's changing all around there's places where it didn't rain before, and now they're getting a lot of water, a lot of rain every year. There's places where they didn't have snow before, and now they're having a snow. They're having really, really bad temperatures. And of course, the opposite. There's places where they have bad weather, and now they have nice weather. But everything is related to what we do, to how we keep our planet. So be careful, guys. You growing, you are like, están creciendo, y this planet is gonna be for you guys. Take care. Don't throw the trash away when you go to the if you have the opportunity to go to the lakes, to the rivers, to the ocean, be careful because everything is gonna.
Hi there, can you let Andres Salcedo know his lobster here in the main office? Thank you.
So, being in charge of the weather is not that easy because we are not allowed to make mistakes because we have to inform you guys how the weather is gonna be. When you live close to the water, close to the ocean, close to the, and when the professionals knows about what is going to happen, they will advise the people in advance, way in advance, weeks. So for they to have the opportunity to leave the place, they have to do it, to move out of the houses, to leave everything behind, to go to the shelters, to be safe, which is the most important thing. For me, doing the weather is important. Tell you guys, tomorrow is going to be raining, so your parents maybe can leave the house, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes early, so there's not accidents, right? Because lately we have had any accidents here because the people, they don't care, they don't pay attention. Can you imagine when the streets are wet, when we have a lot of water running, can you imagine? So it's important, and it's important to be the most accurate, to be the most exactos para dejarles saber a ustedes qué va a suceder, para que ustedes estén preparados. You want to say something else? You mm-hmm. To repair the buildings? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what happened in Puerto Rico, right? It was the same. They're under the water practically. And now, they're asking for help, to send food, to send things that they need. Because a lot of people lost everything what they had. Yes. Yes, exactly. In Mexico, it was Septiembre 19, right? We have this big earthquake. What can we do to be alert, to be prepared for those things? They live in this place where every time, the layers down the earth are moving. That happened exactly 30 years ago, the earthquake? 30, right? Or 32? 30? I think 32. In 1985. It happened the same. And the buildings were not ready for those kind of things. And it happened again. Sometimes we cannot, as a human beings, we cannot know. There's nothing can tell us, that thing is going to happen. Sometimes, yes, like in San Francisco. Up in San Francisco, there is a big, we call it in Spanish, La Falla, right? And and it's there. And the experts, the professionals, they know about that, and they inform the people. Someday, we can have a big earthquake, right? But they don't know when. But when it's about a hurricane, or a tornado, or rain, or snow, or winds, we are allowed to. We know in time, Guys, thank you so much. My English is not the good, it's not the perfect. I told you, I understand. I understood what I say. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.